University.
Ignorant, we gon' bring that racket like it's Wimbledon. Discipline, but yet to find anyone equivalent. Ain't no podcast similar, now you won't find no synonyms. Be produced by Q Smith, sound like it's by Timberland. JBB in charge, EG set the bar. Coop be sipping water tree, and Turk gon' lay the law. Jokes may go too far, but that's just who we are. Prolific, so gifted, words that have your soul lifted. So consistent, yet so different. Ain't nobody copy that lane. Carry that torch, heat up the game. Ain't nobody got that flame. Different. Man, this intro different. Man, this intro ignorant. God damn.
And what's good, ladies and gentlemen? You know what day it is, and you know what time it is. Time for another edition, Ren and Stimpy edition of the one and only D1 Ignant University podcast. I am your host with the most eating toast seeing ghosts, Jay Brown, coming to you semi-live from the grandest prairie of them all, dressed 100% normally. I'm dressed normal, ain't I? Like, what's the issue?
Somewhat normal. I mean, as normal as a nigga could be on a Thursday night.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like niggas just.
I didn't get the memo, as the audience can see. I didn't get the memo.
Memo for what, JJ? What's he talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we at the purge yet? Has it commenced, or are we still waiting for the safety?
I ain't heard no sign.
We're now announcing the commencement of the annual purge.
I think we're safe for another 24, maybe 48 hours.
At least another 24 to 48 hours.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm be like, y'all, let me put my shit on.
Put mine on. Is his mask just his transitions?
Oh no. I thought he steps to the aura. I was worried. I got scared.
And this is why I won't let him buy a hat in Texas.
Why?
This is why I won't let you buy a hat in Texas.
Why? What's the problem?
I don't see a problem. Speaking of Texas, aren't you coming to Texas here in a few hours?
Yeah. Yes. I just finished packing. I am ready. I'm ready. I'm going to be down in the Lone Star State we'll get into what I'm gonna be down there for, but I'm gonna be there, and it's hot as hell. Well, it's not that hot. It's only 98 degrees.
Shh, don't say that too loud. Texas will hear you.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shh, sorry.
And then you're gonna be stuck out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, quick intro to in my virtual middle left, wherever he is. He's the man in the Purge mask. We have our talent manager, Mr. JJ Jefferson. What's good?
What's good, everybody? It is officially Purge Countdown. That's right. If you're in the DFW, Metroplex Wrestling, the best weekly running wrestling show in the state of Texas, does return this Saturday night for the annual Purge. It's going to be crazy. Southwest Community Center, Fort Worth, Texas. Go get your tickets. Front row, second row, officially sold out. And there's a flash sale right now. mpxwrestling.com.
You know, we just love good wrestling, especially when it's got a theme, ladies and gentlemen. The theme for the night is not what you think it is, but we're gonna get into that. Also, to the man who's wearing Scully.
It's the art of Skellonomics, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Skellonomics. Don't confuse it with Reaganomics because we don't believe in trickle down here. But the only thing that trickles down is the ignorance for you. All right. Shout out to your boy. You know, it's Scully, Skullington, Skulltastic, Skellonomic, Skull nigga Skull, Red Skull, Blue Skull. But anyway, we're here with it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, in case you couldn't tell, I'm ready for DreamCon, that I will be there tomorrow to hit with my fellow blurs. There will not be any CreamCon. There will not be any Freak Nasty going on. This is a wholesome event. Everybody will be covered head to toe. There shall be no buttocks, no booties, no donks, no yams, no cans, but a lot of thank you ma'ams.
You just laughed.
I'm going to stop you there because when you say covered from head to toe, that already spells disaster.
The only thing they're going to be covered in is the blood of Jesus. That's about it, because ain't nothing else being covered.
I don't know what you're talking about. Either way, y'all see the drip? Y'all see? Let me do it for you. Scully, you know, we've been working on my voice acting. let me hit y'all with something real quick. I'll put a shot to your system.
I was waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I'm with it. I was about to say you could not do that.
I can't, man. I don't make the rules. I just follow them sometimes. Right. Anyway, that's going. DreamCon is going to be cool. I'm cool with the RDC people. I met them in college. Cool people. There's also a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament while I'm there, so I'm gonna hand the fellow Blurred some L's because I got the heart of the cards. And if you want to get sent to the shadow round, come holler at me. It is what
you need a battle disc. I still got mine in the attic.
Low key, I might need to come by and get that thing.
You gotta keep that Blue Eyes White Dragon on you.
I got a lot of things I keep on me. Just know I'm ready. Anyway, so that's gonna take us to our first topic for the day. Is I told the brothers, think about your favorite Black superhero because every month is Black History Month and we are underrepresented. So JJ, give us a start. Who's your favorite Black superhero?
Oh, that's easy. We're going straight into it. Frozone, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't remember hearing Frozone, well, is my super suit? You've got a problem.
And I'm saying, they're trying to give us Incredibles 3. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I wasn't super excited for Incredibles 2. I'm not going to say it was a great movie, but it was a good movie. I will say, though, Frozone deserves a spinoff.
Oh, 100%. I mean, Incredibles 2 being about Elastigirl, kudos to her. She deserved her flowers. We were here for the plot. But Frozone, if there is Incredibles 3, if there's an Incredibles 3, Frozone needs to be the star, the main arc.
What if that's what they did end up doing?
And I mean, we can't pretend like Frozone is not just the coolest guy there. Like Ice Powers, cool, great. They're not super rare, but Frozone, Samuel Jackson, he's just a cool dude. Like it makes everything perfect.
And speaking of cool dude, can we talk about that scene where the bank robbery was going on and him and Mr. Incredible, they they knocked down a burning apartment and they're at gunpoint and he's like, "Oh, that's water. Officer, I'm thirsty. I just need a drink." Takes a sip. I told you to I know. Freeze. Like one sip of water and this nigga got his powers back.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he does get the water from the water in his air, from the water in the air, and the water in his body, and he was dehydrated because he was in a damn fire. I think that
y'all remember the first movie, the monster that he fought with the blue light was supposed to be for Frozone.
Yep.
That's why it led him to a volcano.
Because it led him somewhere hot.
Right.
And one of the first thing that he looked up in the computer when he got there, did they know where Frozone was? Did they know where Elastigirl was? And it said unknown. He was like, whew.
And then it had Mr. Incredible is terminated. And it had a bunch of this nigga syndrome was killing superheroes. Like that was such a dark movie.
It was really dark for a kid's movie. But you know what? Elastigirl straight up told her kids, "Hey, y'all remember those villains on the Saturday morning cartoons?" And Dash get excited. He's like, "Yeah." She's like, "It ain't nothing like that. These men will kill you. Do not give them the chance." And you know what? Low key, soups, mutants, niggas, they all the same thing in the superhero universe because we all get treated the same. Because in one way or the other, we have all gotten that talk before. It may not have been as drastic as these men will kill you, but we've all gotten that, hey, I need you to understand everyone's not going to treat you the same. Everyone's not going to do this. Everyone's not going to do that simply because you look like you. Incredibles was teaching lessons. Just throwing that out there. Frozone deserves his own movie. Scully, your favorite Black superhero, please?
Man, there are a couple I was thinking about. And I'm going to go with one that isn't like my all-time favorite, but I still think he should have he was, I'm trying to think of the word to say, like because he's Black, people didn't give him the credit he was due. Hancock.
You know what? And you know why it was so accurate?
That movie was ahead of its time.
Because his weakness was a white woman.
His weakness was a white woman, but also his other weakness was the fact that he never felt like he was alone. He lived alone in life. And then the other thing is, he was the perfect well, maybe not the perfect black superhero. That was kind of the point. He was like all the stereotypes. Like, oh, he was a drunk. He was like, but then also like he was dealing with racism because like when Superman tears up the middle of the city, ain't nobody talking about all the damage to taxpayers and like all of the bullshit that he causes. But as soon as Hancock saves a man's life and happens to derail a train, now all of a sudden it's like, you're a drunk asshole. And it's like, wait a minute, what the hell, what the fuck? You know, I just saved a man's life. And then the dude even said it, like, yo, you people realize like I'm alive and get to see my family? Like, so that's a whole thing. So
I feel that. And like you said, y'all say shit when Superman tear up the world. Why we be mad at me? Because I'm a little vulgar when I do it. But you know what? If your ass just sat there on the train tracks, I wouldn't talk nice to you either. Move.
And then what makes it funnier is, like we said, every stereotype imaginable in that movie. Like, he's a drunk, gets found on the side of the road by a white man. The white man tells him, hey, the best way to rehabilitate yourself is to go to prison. So you're going to go to prison and you're going to run the yard in prison, and then we'll call you and break you up out of jail to go solve X, Y, and Z. And now you're in Hollywood.
And he literally
went
to jail. What superhero goes to jail? On top of everyone knew he could break out whenever he wanted. Didn't he literally even went over the fence to get the basketball and came back? Like, he could have walked out of that hole and no one could have done a thing to stop it. Not a soul. Now I get the white woman was his weakness. I do think it's kind of a cop out that they basically lose their powers when they get close to each other.
They went from superheroes to becoming angel deity things, and then also, like you said, yeah, it was like all the other ones paired up and died.
Yeah, I'm like, can we make it be like if they kiss, they lose their powers? If they fuck, they lose their powers. I feel like there needs to be something more than just, oh, I'm in your vicinity, so I can't have powers. At least when like a Kryptonian, we already know they don't have powers. We went over that. But when a Kryptonian gets close to kryptonite, you know,
or a red sun.
Or a red sun, or anywhere without a yellow sun, they start losing their abilities. Not going to call them powers, their abilities, because that thing is kind of rare. This is just a whole other ass person. Like, and it's your race. Like, there's not supposed to be millions and millions of you. And again, I don't like that about Kryptonians. Like, oh, when I see a star, I get powerful. Like, nigga, please.
Basically, the Kryptonians believe in horoscopes, is what I get from this. It's like, oh, look, the moon is in Sagittarius.
The Mercury's in Gatorade. So, you know, that means like, freedom in line for everybody.
Yeah.
So, I know, I bet you everyone's wondering, Jamal, who's your favorite black superhero? It's not what you think. I promise it's not. It's static. It's static. Now, I'm not gonna
say like Meteor Man or something.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of didn't really realize Static was black until it was long off the air. I kind of didn't.
Nigga, are you colorblind? Were you watching the show with colorblind glasses on? What?
Okay, hear me out. This is
I don't want to hear you out. Don't tell me that you thought the main character was a white dude in the jean short, khaki shorts.
It's very clear Virgil Hawkins was the main character.
But yeah,
Hear him out. Let's see what you do.
So here's what I mean. I think representation is overrated. Not unimportant, but overrated. Because hear me, why did I not notice that Static was black fully? Because at that age, as young as I was with Static Shock, 6, 7, whatever, I didn't see a hero as a white guy, as a black guy, as this or that. I saw a hero as you're cool, you have powers. I like that. Now, the fact that he looked like me and he had dreads, I eventually figured that out. Yeah. And that's kind of like how kids aren't born racist. You kind of got to teach them to be racist. They experience it through their parents and stuff. I learned representation because if you asked me 5, 6, 7 years old, whatever, what color is what race is Static? I'm not paying attention. Is Goku black? I don't know. I like Goku because he's cool, beats people up, and can fly. That's all.
Who is black, though?
What?
You know who is black though?
Who?
If Goku isn't, you know who is?
We know Piccolo's a nigga.
Oh, okay. I just make
sure. Every day he'd be like, "You see the fit? We see the fit.
We see the fit.
We see the fit." But that's all I'm saying. Now, I do love Static, and there was an episode where they went to Africa and talked about their roots, and then they talked about gun violence. Static talked about some real shit, and eventually it did click. Oh, these are issues, but these are also black issues. So yeah, I'm not gonna say representation doesn't matter because I do. You should see somebody like you doing incredible things that make you feel like you can do it. I'm just gonna say a little overrated, personally. A little overrated. I don't think that's crazy.
No, I don't either.
Just throwing it out there. Any other black superheroes that y'all just really enjoy?
Yes.
Oh, you wanted me to name them? Sorry.
Yeah.
That was being funny. John Stewart's Green Lantern.
See, John Stewart was the only Green Lantern I ever knew as a kid. And so for like our book fair, JJ, you won't remember this because this was a small run-in I had with Mr. Magruder back in the day. So I might have been 4th, 5th grade, and we had like these posters for like a book fair, and it had the Justice League on it. And I was like, Mr. Magruder, why is Green Lantern white? And this was before I knew that there were multiple Green Lanterns and yada, yada, yada. But the only Green Lantern I knew was like the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited Green Lantern, which was John Stewart. So I was like, why he not the black guy? And then he explained that to me.
Also, I don't know if she counts as a superhero, but my girl Katara.
Yeah, I'll count it.
Like
youngest waterbending master of all time. I count.
I'm about to say, walk him down, Katara. Like nah, bro. She was on that time. She was on that timing, especially in. I want to say like technically season 2, but season 3, like, oh no, she was on that timing. Like when that moon came out, it was raps for everybody.
After they left the North Pole, wasn't no more questions being asked.
Wasn't no more questions. It was, oh, was Daddy watching me? It's like, yo,
after the North Pole, the only time
sorry, bro.
She hesitated was to learn bloodbending.
And she did it by accident anyway. Like that's what made it worse. She learned by accident. I'm gonna tell you what, even though they're not all black, but I just need a second to talk about the Avatar. This group of children, because they were all children,
they're definitely
walking. They were packing up some of the world's most elite armies and militaries, packing these niggas up every week.
Mind you,
and it was a blind girl who was 12 years old. It was a fucking 15-year-old. It was a airbender who was 12, and like a 17-year-old with soccer. And we're packing up the Dai Li, the Earth King's armies, the
They walked down the Fire Nation.
Like, they came in your trap and took over your trap.
Every single time, fended off the North Pole from the top-ranking general in the Fire Nation. Like, just packing up the elite armies around the world.
And on top of all that, did it in like 9 months.
In 9 months? Well,
it didn't even take a full year.
3 months, actually. Or a year, actually. It did take a year.
I think it was a little under a year. Well, yeah, it did take a year because the comet came. So, yeah, they did all of this in a matter of a year.
That niggas couldn't do for 100. It was a 100-year war. These niggas packed them up in a year.
Hey, everybody is different. But you know what is going to be different? JJ put the mask on. JJ put the mask on. What's going to be different is MPX at the Purge.
We're now announcing the commencement of the annual Purge.
Burp. Burp. JJ, what's going on at the Purge since I'm missing it this weekend? You got to tell me what's going on.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do you one better. Before we jump into it, I added this graphic for the world to see. As Jamal said, as Scully said, Metroplex Wrestling returns Saturday, Southwest Community Center. The annual Purge is coming. And as you can see on the poster, we've got zombies arriving. That's right. The Outbreak, JCW's tag team, the Outbreak is coming. They are in a tag team war against one Texas Chainsaw, Sky De La Cremosa, and his tag team partner from the Mad World, Magnificent Malico. And if that's not enough, you can see AEW superstar Brian Keith is coming. He is taking on one Shining Truth, Mr. Demo Diamond. That is going to be a banger. Brick Savage. Kudos to the World Breaker, Brick Savage, who not only just recently signed with MLW, Brick Savage is returning. He's going to be in a last man standing match against Big J. The MPX Women's Champion, who is on the graphic, Priscilla Kelly, defends her title in a triple threat match against the Living Dead girl Abaddon and newly acquainted player one, Vert Vixen. And then you can see my guy in the middle with the MPX title. He is defending against one reincarnation of excellence, Mr. Kari Ja Wright. Mm-hmm. It is going to be an insane night of action. Scully will be there to witness it for the first time in Texas, what Metroplex Wrestling is all about. And ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. Tomorrow night, Friday night, we are going to be live as we have our Purge prediction show. Myself, Bossman, Kelvin Cayley, and Scully is going to join us. We're going to give you our predictions, our takeaways, what we expect to happen at the Purge. So stay tuned to that on the No Gimmicks podcast, all social media platforms. Scully, what are you looking forward to for the Purge?
Mainly the Brian Keith match, man. I'm excited. I saw that on that list and I was just like, man, this is just gonna be great. Because I'm like, there's so many great wrestlers in there, and then I always see them on the indie circuits just putting on banger matches. So there's that one. And then of course, Demo Diamond. Like, what else is there to talk about there? Like, other than the ass whooping that Jamal got waiting for him. Like, other than that, like,
and how did I know that was coming?
Like, other than, like, it's just so. But those are the two that I had circled.
And of course, Mr. Demo Diamond is going to do what Demo does. Kari will be defending his title.
No, Kari is going to chase the title. Cavens is defending the title.
That's what I thought. He's going against Cavens. I was gonna make a short joke, but I'm not gonna do that because he's the champion. I only insult Demo on this show, but I'm not gonna do it because I'm in a good mood and I don't want to put a shock to your system.
You see.
I see what you did there, but speaking of shock to your system, while we were talking, I got these queued up because I want the world to see. First of all, shout out to Conspiracy Apparel and Graphics that puts all these amazing graphics together. Check out this bad boy. Look at this.
Like this was what got me into it. Was this.
It's shining bright.
That is going to be a banger. Like I said, the Shining Truth Demo Diamond against the Bounty Hunter Brian Keith. That is going to be a banger. And then because again, shout out to Conspiracy, Graph One Apparix for all their amazing work. The headline: He who shall be named, Dylan Cavens defends his title against my dog, the reincarnation of excellence, who is now going by the Silent Variable. Which I have thoughts on that. We will talk about that tomorrow. Mr. Kari Ja Wright.
The Silent Unknown.
I mean, this is just an incredible nickname.
I mean, there's a lot of great nicknames in MPX, but I still think the best nickname we have in all MPX is the final boss in Exodus Prime.
The one true final boss, because somebody else out there in the wrestling world decided to, jump in and claim it for themselves. So Exodus had to, hey niggas, I am the one true final boss.
Now, there will never be a better nickname than Freak Demon. Now, that's something else entirely. But I'm just saying, that's not Metroplex, I know. But
Freak is
Freak Demon is just an incredible.
He is a wrestler I do not want to run into in a dark alley.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all have fun with Bo Kelly. I don't want to do that interview again. That was
not again.
I'm glad his camera was off.
We met the guy once, and once wasn't.
I come looking for playing. No, he wouldn't do that.
Actually, I don't want to know. That's a big dude. I don't want to know what he's looking for. I don't want to know.
No, I don't even want to think about
it. There's a lot of things I don't want to think about. Like, has everyone seen the XXL cover cipher this year?
I ain't seen an XXL cover in some years now. I haven't even paid attention.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. It is so god awful, and it did raise a question of. Well, I saw a few articles about it. Of should rappers have to do the XXL freestyle, the cipher? And should their talent be judged on their ability to do it? Now, the article said they shouldn't, which I think I'm going to say flat out bullshit. Rappers should be able to rap. I get it. You may not be a great freestyler. You may not be a better freestyler than you are a writer, but that's like telling a basketball player, you don't need to shoot to be a good one. Because you know what we called a basketball player who couldn't shoot?
Patrick Beverly.
Ben Simmons. And Patrick Beverly can shoot.
He can shoot in high school. In high school, he can shoot.
Patrick Beverly is one of the greatest basketball players to ever come out of the city of Chicago. We cannot disrespect that. He just knew his role in the NBA, and that's what got him paid for a decade. I ain't upset.
But we say all that to say, knowing your role is very important. And it is okay if you know that freestyling is not your strong suit. But these rappers are just lazy. That's the difference. A lot of these niggas now don't care about actually making music. These niggas, and plus the music industry is in a very weird place right now, especially with AI and everything. It is crazy to me to think that you can't at least just come up with a freestyle at one point, as a rapper. Everybody doesn't need to be free. Like you said, it's not for everybody. Some people, that's not who they are or what they are. But a lot of these niggas now just are flat out bad, regardless of what they do. They're just bad. They're just bad.
They're not good at rapping. And allow me to read one of the discourses from the article that I saw. It said, I ain't saying the freestyle should just end forever, but if XXL is supposed to introduce new artists, the format got to evolve with the generation it's covered. This current format is not a showcase. It's a shit. That shit is a trap. Rich Amiri on the XXL Freshman Cypher 2026.
It's not a trap. The idea of it being a trap just means that these niggas are bad.
That means you suck at what you're supposed to do. Did you read this? Now, I'll agree that we should not solely judge a rapper's ability and capability on freestyling.
Yeah, the
But
first half of that article, he was spitting. He was like, yeah, it should evolve with the generations. Like it should. But to say it's a trap to have niggas freestyling is crazy.
Why are you here? Why are you a rapper? That shit is a trap. You just suck. What? Why are we here? What are we doing? The format, it's covering a discourse. First of all, XXL has lost so much credibility over the last decade or so. It's not even funny. This used to mean something. But I'm gonna read off the 12 artists on the XXL freshman 2026. You tell me how many of them y'all know.
All right.
Babyface E. No, nothing. Belly Gang Cushington.
Wait, that's a real name?
That's a real name. That's a real name.
Dear God, help us.
Also, I'm gonna put on my old man yelling at the cloud hat.
Yeah.
Why all these rappers' names full ass sentences?
Fucking gamer tags.
Why are they full ass sentences? Like, why? There's very few of them I give a pass to. Big X the plug. That's a full sentence, but he's actually good. What happened to rap names just being names?
Like the one word name, like
give me one. Give me a Ludacris. Give me an Exhibit. Like, whoa, these are names. All right, back to it. Chris Patrick. Okay, that's normal.
That sounds like a country singer, but okay.
But no, I don't know him.
Hurricane Wisdom.
I actually don't hate that.
I'm not gonna lie, that's a solid name. But if he's from a place that doesn't get hurricanes, I'm gonna be mad.
I feel like that's Hurricane Chris's nephew.
That's what I was saying. That's what I thought initially.
And Hurricane Chris is not a bad name.
Or like Black Thought's brainchild. It's like Hurricane Wisdom.
I'm gonna be upset if he's like from Chicago and his name is Hurricane Wisdom. Bitch, you don't get no hurricanes. La Rizzi or La Rizzi. I don't know who that is.
I don't think he knows either.
That sounds like Scott Rizzi's cousin.
That does sound like Scott Rizzi's cousin.
And this could be why the names are changing, because there's so many that sound similar.
Miles Minnick?
No. It sounds like a wrestling name.
That does sound like a wrestling name. Another one. Skrilla. Skrilla.
I do know the name. I just can't remember anything of note, but I know the name.
Slayer. I think I've heard of Slayer. Slayr. Slayer.
I think I've heard of that too.
I haven't.
Sosa Camo?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Crap Dicky. I feel like that's just Lil Dicky's black cousin.
What the hell, bro? This dude just sitting on the toilet like, oh, this shit's gonna hit.
Yeah, it was gonna hit the water.
The water. And splash on my gooch.
And end it off, YK in Nice? YK Nice?
That's okay, or that's YK Osiris's sister. That's what I was thinking. I was like, is what it sounds like.
Man, we might just be old, but
no, it's not even an old thing, because
it's not. Because you know what? Since we're talking about rap and we're on the topic, and this is the show for hot takes. Scully, you might agree with this. NXT writers, scripters, sound producers, whoever came up with the theme for Saquon Sugars, you need to be fired. Like,
I haven't heard it yet.
It's not good. This nigga got a whole intro. I want to hear Saquon. And then like his music hits.
Bro, his whole gimmick just feels like he's zesty. Like even it's nothing sweet about this. Like, nigga, what?
Bro, I'm gonna send it to you, Scully, after this show. And when you listen to it, like, bro,
and
it's the dumbest.
And I want to root for him because he's from DC, which I didn't know at first. Him and Keanu Carver are both from DC. I can't get but anyway.
I want to give it a shot. I want to see if y'all can hear this.
A little bit.
It was low, but it was starting to come through.
I've heard enough. Turn that shit off.
Either way, I'll find a way to import music eventually. I'll figure that out.
Right.
I heard that little intro you were talking about, JJ. I don't like it either.
Yeah, that shit is that garbage.
I blame Def Rebel because they do this every time.
I just blame trash rappers and kids who listen to them.
Mm-hmm. Which is the other thing. Some of these people sound like they're regional. Like, oh, this is like a niche guy from like this city over here, or like this city within this city. Like, oh, he's a neighborhood, your friendly neighborhood freestyler or something. Like, it is what it sounds. Some of them.
And apparently, we don't have neighborhood freestylers anymore. What happened to kids freestyling at the lunch table?
Now they're just popping Percocets, and it's like no. That is a good question. What happened to? What do they do at the lunch table now? They probably just sit around on the phone and play.
They definitely don't talk to each other. And they look at the phone.
On that damn phone. That's really what it was.
What is that damn phone?
Technology messed up a lot of stuff.
Well, we'll get to another person who's messed up a lot of things for himself, because Kawhi Leonard a couple weeks ago was unofficially traded to the Toronto Raptors, but that trade has not gone through yet, even though the official new league year has started. Why, you might ask? Scully, do you remember why that trade has not gone through yet?
Something about being the NBA will not allow it to go through until they complete their investigation. And the investigation in question, at least the one that I remember, is a weird backdoor deal with a company called Aspiration that recently, or within the last 5 years, like everybody found it's a fraudulent company, and the guys went to jail for like defrauding the government and like just craziness. Like anybody who is familiar with Pablo Torre, one of the last real journalists left out here in sports journalism, you go check out his podcast, and he's done like something like 10 episodes on this. Like they were using it to circumvent the cap when he was playing.
To circumvent the cap, and not to mention Kawhi has been trying to get to Toronto. So, he wants to join his team and, get things started so he can start working out. That makes sense, right? Yeah, that's cool.
In theory.
So you want to flee the country while you're being investigated.
But he's being investigated by the NBA. It's not by the other people.
I think the FBI has started to get involved.
Oh, see, that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
That's even worse. I mean, they kind of were involved already because, like I said, the people who were running the company that was paying him, a lot of them are in jail right now or are getting ready to go. So,
and that's what it is. Kawhi Leonard, sometimes when you don't play on the court, you definitely play off of it. And also in the comments, yes, freestyling at the lunch table, a lost art. Just like the lost art of damn scamming, because apparently Kawhi doesn't do that well either. So
I think Carisha was talking about him. Where all my scamming ass? No, fuck that song. Anyway, yeah.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard has scammed multiple NBA teams. So
yes, outside of San Antonio and Toronto, the other ones he scammed the other ones.
He's definitely scammed the other ones.
I don't know. Can you out scam a scammer? Because the Clippers are scammers.
Well,
ask the city of LA.
Well, the thing is, the Clippers, is it a scam if you do it willingly? Like, because they got Paul George and Kawhi. So you got two dudes who's always hurt and never want to play. There's no way that.
Like, is it a scam or are y'all just trash? Because they can be mutually exclusive.
They can, or it can be a little bit of both. Two things could be correct.
Two things can be correct.
Two things can be right.
You're trash.
And it's crazy because there's no way he's the first dude to ever take under the table money to get under the to keep under the salary cap.
And that's the point they were making, is that like it probably ain't just, but he was just so egregious with it.
I want to know what went wrong. How do you do it?
He was like, they were doing stuff like, at least according to what Pablo was reporting, they would do stuff like, oh, it's a fake company, and then you don't even have to show up for like any of the stuff that you were contractually obligated to show up for.
Is just paid.
You're just getting paid to do nothing, which is my favorite type of pay. But like that amount of money to get paid, like getting paid millions, like tens of millions of dollars to not show up.
And he was like, you can use my likeness, you can do whatever. I just don't want to be there.
And you were it was like supposed to be like some type of tree planting company. Niggas planted a grand total of 1 tree. The entire for like an entire 2 or 3 year period. They planted 1 tree.
1 tree.
Like
there's a lot of technicalities where you do only have to do something one time for it to be considered full.
And I'm just like, bro, like they just couldn't have been more reckless with it. And on top of that, it is what's the man's name?
Well, Dennis.
No, the owner of Uncle Dennis too, but the owner of the Clippers. What is his name? Steve Ballmer is one of the richest men in the world. So he already just can throw buco money at whatever, and it still ain't bought him shit in LA. Like everybody, the NBA is the one place where it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't buy a championship team.
You can't, and it does it. Also, no matter how much money you have, if you're just the number 2 team in a major city in a league, you'll just pretty much always be that number 2 team.
Like the Nets.
Look, and it's sad to say I'm a fan of the number 2 team. I fully understand, and I think the rest of my fandom knows that, hey, the Chargers will always be second to the Rams. Well, even if we win a Super Bowl, we will always be second.
I don't know. I don't know if it works the same way with y'all, because for one, the Rams, it's a little different in the NFL just because the Chargers moved to from San Diego, so that's kind of a little different. And then the Rams came over from St. Louis, and I don't think anybody really cares about the Rams as much as people think. Like they're just good now. So
the Rams are originally from LA. Like they have history as the LA Rams.
That's also true, but they've moved away for like 30 years.
I mean, also, we're not going to pretend like the important football in the city of LA is USC.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not a secret. But
and with basketball, Lakers and Clippers have been in LA at least for 40 and 50 years apiece.
The Clippers will always be number 2. They'll always be the stepchild. That's not a question.
Number 2 didn't shit it on.
The Mets will always be number 2 to the Yankees. That's not even a question. The White Sox will always be number 2 to the Cubs. The White Sox could win 2-3 World Series in a row. They're not the Cubs. They don't play at Wrigley. It'll just never be the same. So what?
No, I was saying honestly. I was agreeing. I was saying honestly.
Yeah. So if you're just number 2, you're number 2. It is what it is. No amount of money can do that. And Kawhi, I get it. We trust Uncle Dennis. Uncle Dennis needs to shut the fuck up.
He needs to shut the fuck up and sit down before he gets you caught up. Actually, at this point, he's probably not going to get you caught up. But your reputation.
At this point, he's done what he's done. But that doesn't mean he's done. He hasn't done damage.
This has been damaging to Kawhi Leonard's everything in different ways. It's not as bad as it once was. Like if this were 2001, when people actually cared about ethical standards and all that stuff, he would be hurting right now.
He would, but I think if this was 2001 and he had a real agent, no real agent would have let him do what he did in San Antonio.
Nope.
No real agent would have let that ride.
No.
But Uncle Dennis, so This is why you don't always mix your family with your business. It don't always work. But I know what's not working. JJ, this segment is for you because you the people. You the community. You're the ones who need to stand up to fix this. College football 27.
Here we go.
We not letting you get away with this. Microtransactions for dynasty mode?
Here we go.
Why are we having microtransactions for single player non-online gaming modes? I already had my rant about y'all letting gaming go all digital. I done already yelled at y'all about what will happen if you give them this much control.
Exactly.
We already complained about what microtransactions do to 2K. We just got college football back. We just got it back after a decade and a half, something like that. We cannot allow EA to do this to us. JJ, tell me how you feel. This is your thing.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. You're like the fifth person that's brought this up to me. I didn't even know that the microtransactions were a thing because I have yet to get on Dynasty mode. I've been spending a lot of time on Road to Glory and Mascot Mashup. With that being said,
we got Mascot Mashup big.
Mascot Mashup is in. It is on fire. Them motherfuckers are 99s. They do some crazy ass shit. It's the greatest.
But also Road to Glory. There are microtransactions.
There are, but here's the thing. This is what I was telling somebody earlier today when we were talking about this. A lot of people are upset about it, and I get it. However, we're all adults for the most part. There are some kids that play this game. You don't have to just buy into the trap. Like, you can choose the route you want to go, and if you want to fall into the trap of the microtransactions. If you don't, just do the baseline, stick to the normal, use your skill points, play the game, get some matches, get some wins, go that route. Fuck the microtransaction. Don't fall into the trap. When you fall into the trap, that's where we have problems. Now, I think, JB, you said something that's going to, really trigger the community. There's been talks, right? EA is planning for college basketball to return to the platform in some way, shape, form, or fashion in the next 2 to 4 years, maybe, depending on that window.
Really?
If this doesn't get solved and nobody speaks out on this, we could very well see 2K transition into the college basketball game and microtransactions run rampant. With that being said, fuck a microtransaction. We just want to have a good time. That's all we want. We just want to have a good time. Shout out to you, Black, handing out smoke. If you want to run one, you let me know when and where. Scully will be in town this weekend. So, Scully, if you want to run one, you let me know.
I got you.
And JJ, I get what you mean. You don't have to fall into the trap. Except for one, the trap shouldn't be there.
Like, the trap shouldn't be that is what we're saying. The trap there shouldn't be a trap to fall into.
That's the main point. Like, Team Rocket should not be digging a hole for me to fall into. For those of you who know, you know. It shouldn't have to be there. And one, they have made the game to the point where you gain XP so slowly. And they've actually adjusted to the fact where you literally cannot get your player to what you want to be without purchasing it. Because one thing we're forgetting about Road to Glory and Dynasty mode, that's only 4 years. That's only 4 seasons. And then essentially you start over. Now, if this was Madden, yeah, we could talk about that. Because at least for Madden, you can keep playing Dynasty, what your created player, whatever Madden wants to call it. You can play that until the game ain't got no more memory. You can do that forever. This is college. You get 4 years, maybe 5 if you choose to do the red shirt. It's basically forcing you to say, unless you never want your player to be above a 77 overall, you're going to have to pay me. On top of the game is already $70. And this is my big thing about microtransactions, about DLCs. I already paid for your game. Why am I doing it twice? Why am I doing it 3 times? And then the DLC is honestly just them patching holes that they shouldn't have had in the first place.
Right.
So I'm gonna let y'all know we need to rise up. We need to not take this shit lightly, because sooner or later it's gonna charge you $10 just to hit the start button.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds extreme. I know it sounds like, I'm overreacting.
No, it doesn't.
But literally 2 weeks ago, Sony said, fuck your disc and fuck you ever owning anything. Everything's digital and all you do is rent it from me.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. But I will, on some positivity, because we do that every so often. For College Football 27, the soundtrack is fire. Like, I just want to say that having the bands do these covers, first of all, brilliant idea for whoever came up with that. Kudos to you. But to do the lineup that you did for 27, like 24 Karat, Take on Me, APT is on there. You've got, what else do we have that was on there that's a fucking banger? Fetty Wap, like Fetty Wap being on a game, but the band is playing Fetty Wap 1738, and it's a vibe. Like the soundtrack is a vibe from top to bottom.
I feel that. And you know what? College football, Madden, 2K, they've always done a pretty good job of giving us a solid soundtrack.
I was about to say, real niggas remember Madden 20. What year was that? Was it 2012? It might have been 2012.
Man,
that jump.
Madden.
Yeah, that was either 12 or 11 or 13. One of those 3.
See, Black says static is making sense.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not let Sony put a shock to your system.
We are 3 for 3 tonight.
We are 3 for 3. They've been working, because normally he'll try to sneak them in where they don't work.
Hey, I can't. I couldn't let it ride. I'm good. I promise. I'm done. Speaking of done, we are officially done with this episode of the one and only D1 Ignant University podcast. JJ, give your final thoughts before DreamCon and before the Purge.
All I can say is, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, make sure you stay tuned, not just to the D1 Ignant University. Make sure you stay tuned to all of our shows here on the DFPN, Dat Feeling Podcast Network. Yes, Black, we know we're going to save that for another topic on another show. But again, I hope to see y'all Saturday night at the Purge. It is going to get violent. It is going to get chaotic. And tomorrow night, No Gimmicks Podcast, your boy, Captain Scully, and Black, we are doing our Purge predictions. Love to see y'all jump in the chat. Let us know what y'all think you want to see at the Purge and what you expect to see at the Purge. And I might be on Harry Hines this weekend since Jamal wants to call me out.
Hey, I'm not judging or questioning what you do on Harry Hines, man. You can be doing anything. Scully, final thoughts to the people.
Man, oh man, I am going to be. It's only a few more hours to my flight. We ready to go. Also, serious note, rest in peace to that young man in Mississippi. Y'all be very careful who y'all associate with out here, because there's a lot of crazy people out here, especially if you the only black person in a white friend group.
If you don't, get out. That's all I'm
gonna
say.
Out.
Just get out.
So yeah,
JJ Black not gonna let you say that and roll out.
But no, not Harry Hines. Stay away from them. Fuck JJ. Around and run into Ezekiel Elliott.
That's a fact. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I love to say at the end of every episode, learning, keep living, keep loving. See y'all at DreamCon. We out. JJ, hit the button.